How are you? I hope you're all well. I wanted to talk about interoceptive awareness because it's a term that's bandied around a lot in the intuitive eating world, Nino. And it can sound a bit woo, but it isn't. It is a thing. Coming out of dietary chaos and developing interoceptive awareness are the two most fundamental steps to becoming an intuitive eater and having a healthy relationship with food. So what does it mean? Well, interoceptive awareness is the noticing and understanding physical sensations in the body. So it's communication, actually. It's the communication between here and what's going on here. And physical sensations are actually precursors to emotional responses. We can have the sensations before we're even aware of what we're feeling. And those sensations underlie most of our feelings, and they play a really important role in our survival. For example, these sensations let us know that we're hungry. That's why it's important in intuitive eating. It also lets us know when we're full, our temperature, whether or not we're in pain, whether or not we need to be frightened and run or be aggressive and fight. These sensations also help us stay socially integrated. So the sensation of intimacy or attachment. So interoceptive awareness is developing the ability to notice, understand, and respond to those sensations. Now, the problem is that over time, we can become disconnected from them for lots and lots of reasons. Sometimes in terms of dieting and diet culture, where we've spent a long time in a restricted eating pattern, we can lose awareness as to what hunger actually feels like in the body. Equally, there can be a disconnect between what's going on in our bodies and what's going on up here. Like anything, we can practice developing it. It's like a muscle. To get stronger, it needs to be practiced. And one of the easiest ways of doing this, of developing interoceptive awareness and doing it gently and compassionately and without judgment and just with curiosity, and that's really important because when we begin to tune back into our bodies and begin to feel the sensations, not just hunger and fullness, it might be a little bit overwhelming when we begin to realize how much tension we're holding in our jaw, how much tension, how much of a fluttery feeling there is down here in the bottom of our chest, in our tummies. One way we can begin to practice the art of interoceptive awareness is with a body scan. And it can take just a few minutes. And if we can remind ourselves to do it, little post-it note, ping on your phone, whatever works for you. And so that might look like just taking a moment to close your eyes, take a deep breath in and exhale, and just bring awareness to any sensations in the body, positive or negative. So I'm going to do it now. Let me see what's going on for me. I can actually feel a heaviness at the back of my neck that I wasn't aware of. And I know I hold a lot of the tension in my body. Tension gets held in my shoulders, my neck, and my jaw. And I'm prone to headaches. And this is the result of a battle with a teenager this morning. And actually, when I bring my awareness to that, and it's a dull ache, I can take a moment just to release it. Also to be aware that I've been carrying it and how that might play out in my day. So actually, I'm a little bit tense and maybe I'm anxious. And I know when I'm tense, my appetite can be suppressed. So I need to use my knowledge to make sure I eat consistently in the day. Equally, I was going to do a cardio workout later, but I don't think that's going to be a good idea today. I'm going to do some yoga instead. In terms of hunger and fullness, interoceptive awareness can help us tune into the more subtle biological cues that tell us we're hungry, that we have been conditioned to ignore quite a lot of the time, which is why we end up not eating until our blood sugar's on the floor, you're feeling a bit shaky, your stomach's really rumbling, and then you've triggered primal hunger and all bets are off. I know for me that one of my early signs of hunger is that I actually find it really hard to concentrate. Suddenly my mind's wandering, I'm not staying on task. So it can be a really useful exercise, and it can be a really useful exercise to do before you eat. Do a body scan. Find out where you're holding tension. Gives you an opportunity to recognize whether or not the sensations you're feeling are physical hunger, or maybe they're coming from an emotional place. I'll also put a really useful infographic I have up in stories about physical and emotional hunger. But yeah, that is what interoceptive awareness is and how we can begin to practice it. But if you do, just go gently. Do it with curiosity, self-compassion, and without judgment.